Cooler will surpass Frieza and become complete before his brother, becoming the first of his race to reach perfection. No longer a crude being in form, but rather a diamond, which is the final form. How will his development unfold? And how will Frieza react to this? How will this edition of Cooler come into play? And how will he be incorporated into the canon, becoming another formidable enemy for the Z Warriors? How will both react when they learn that Frieza has a brother on this level? Speaking of reactions, I ask for yours by subscribing to the channel, leaving a like, and activating the bell. Please share the video with all your friends. Cooler came to be the strongest, but as we always say, unity also makes strength, right? Cooler, Frieza's older brother, is finally being incorporated into the official Dragon Ball canon, a monumental addition that will bring new layers of depth and complexity to the already rich universe of the series. Cooler has always been an enigmatic figure, with terrifying power and cunning that rivals even his brothers. Incorporating him into the main story would not only satisfy longtime fans, but also open doors to incredible story arcs and surprising evolutions. Just like Frieza can be seen as a raw diamond, Cooler also carries this untapped potential. Since his first appearance in the movies, he demonstrated formidable strength without undergoing the refinement process that his brother went through. His race has an impressive evolutionary capacity, and Cooler, being the eldest, probably has knowledge and abilities that Frieza can't even imagine. In his films, he even reaches a form beyond his brothers, being considered the strongest at that point. So, coming into Dragon Ball Super and witnessing Frieza's transformations, from the golden form representing his burning desire to surpass the Super Saiyans, to the black form representing his ambition to challenge the gods, Cooler might feel the need to transcend his own limitations. Realizing that his brother has reached unimaginable levels of power through training and adaptations, Cooler decides to embark on a personal journey to awaken his true potential, which will take place in the same hyperbolic time chamber where Frieza trained, but with the intention of materializing the maximum power of his race, something even Frieza didn't know about. He begins his training in search of answers and resources to help him evolve beyond anything seen before. During this journey, Cooler uncovers legends about his race, ancient things that say their race compares to their current desires, their transformations reflecting their inner selves and many colors, known for their incomparable purity and mystical properties. Like diamonds, this represents the peak of hardness and beauty, symbolizing the unshakable strength and clarity of purpose Cooler aims for. So, could Cooler represent a diamond in the Dragon Ball series? He started as a raw diamond, already considered stronger than his brother, even without being theoretically refined, having only the transformations both acquire when born and grow, since their race has enormous evolutionary capacity passed down in their lineage. After starting to be refined, he will evolve much more according to his desires. Now here's the deal, we have Frieza's representation at this moment through the yellow color, his golden Frieza form, which was his first transformation that goes beyond his natural form and represented his desire to kill the Super Saiyans. Now we have the black diamond, which represents his desire to kill a god of destruction and consequently conquer the universe, abolishing the natural course of things created by Zeno, as far as we know. So, what can we expect from Cooler, Frieza's brother, and his transformation, which goes beyond the natural to be able to match, or even surpass Frieza, and finally achieve divine ki in his veins? I did some research on diamonds, and what Cooler is missing now is a color more natural than what Frieza already has or had. White or slightly grayish, something almost colorless. And that could be his last and most powerful transformation of their race. And who in Dragon Ball Super represents white? Yes, if you answered the angels, you're right. So, if Black Frieza's current plan works, we can expect the world's rarest gem to be highlighted in the color of Cooler's next transformation. It won't necessarily have a name like his brother's, Black or Golden Frieza, but something more symbolic, Diamond Cooler. Rare diamonds of other colors, such as orange, purple, and gray, can also provide significant geological information. These colors typically result from unique combinations of elements, traits, and environmental conditions, offering more insight into the various processes that occur in the Earth's mantle and crust. In this case, represented by Cooler, absorbing not only the external environment, but also the internal, reflecting his current color in his current goals. And to represent this final form, nothing better than the color of the Cullinan diamond, the rarest in the world. Its largest gem is called Cullinan I, or the Great Star of Africa, which weighs 530.2 carats, approximately 106 grams, and was the largest cut diamond in the world until 1985. So, guys, what do you think of all this about Cooler, the Emperor of the universe's brother? And that's what gave a great air of suspense. I hope the conclusion of it all is as good as this new evolved personality of both Frieza and Cooler. since they were introduced to us in the Namek saga, and his brother in the films that followed these events. This transformation is not just physical, but also spiritual. Diamond Cooler emerges not as a simple power boost, but as the embodiment of a new philosophy. The white or grayish color of his form symbolizes not only the purity and perfection of the diamond, but also an approach to the essence of the angels in Dragon Ball Super. Cooler reaches a state that reflects balance, clarity, and a deeper understanding of the forces that govern the universe. With this new form, Cooler possesses a power that rivals not only the gods of destruction, but might even surprise the angels. His presence commands respect and admiration. He is no longer motivated by simple conquests or revenge against the Saiyans. Now his goal is much broader. Cooler wants to redefine the cosmic balance, perhaps even questioning Zeno's decisions and the natural course of things. Cooler's arrival in the canon would bring profound implications. His interaction with Frieza would be intense and filled with tension. Frieza, always confident in his position, would find himself challenged not only in power, but in purpose. The brothers might even consider a temporary alliance, joining forces to face greater threats or dispute ideologies about the universe's fate. Goku and Vegeta, on the other hand, would find in Cooler an adversary unlike any other. The battle would not only be physical, but also philosophical. Cooler could question their complacency in accepting the status quo of the gods and angels, sparking reflections on free will, destiny, and the true meaning of power. The battles would be spectacular, blending phenomenal energy blasts with profound and impactful dialogues. Cooler's transformation into his diamond form would also allow further exploration of his race's ancestry. We could discover that his people have roots connected to the fundamental forces of the universe, perhaps even tied to ancient cosmic beings or primordial concepts of creation and destruction. This would add layers of mythology to the series, enriching the lore and providing fans with material for debates and theories. Additionally, by incorporating rare diamond colors such as orange, purple, and gray, the narrative could address how different conditions and experiences shape an individual. Each color could represent a facet of Cooler's personality or stages of his evolution, symbolizing emotions, challenges overcome, and knowledge gained. The influence of both internal and external elements in his transformation would highlight the idea that true power comes from both the environment and self-awareness. Cooler absorbs not only energy, but also understanding. He reflects on his choices, learns from his mistakes, and uses these lessons to become not just stronger, but also wiser. Incorporating Cooler into the canon would open space for new plots and character developments. We could see unexpected alliances, such as Cooler collaborating with the Saiyans against a common threat, or epic confrontations where ideals and convictions are put to the test. His presence would add tension and anticipation, as his actions would be unpredictable and potentially disruptive to the established order. This expansion would also allow Dragon Ball to explore more mature themes, such as the ethics of power usage, destiny versus free will, and the eternal cycle of creation and destruction. Cooler, in his diamond form, would be the catalyst for these discussions, offering a unique perspective that challenges both the characters and the audience to reflect on these issues. Cooler's potential quest for the rarest jewel in the universe, represented by the Cullinan Diamond, would be a powerful metaphor for his journey of self-improvement. Just as the Cullinan was divided and cut into dazzling gems, Cooler fragments and rebuilds himself, growing ever closer to perfection. The Great Star of Africa, the largest cut gem from the Cullinan, could symbolize the peak of his power, a form that eclipses all previous ones and sets a new standard of strength in the Dragon Ball universe. And we can't forget the cosmic implications of his actions. If Cooler decides to challenge the laws established by Zeno, it could trigger events of epic proportions. Other universes could be affected, gods of destruction could be mobilized, and even the angels might have to intervene. It would be a narrative arc that would elevate the series to new heights, exploring unexplored territories and pushing the boundaries of what we know. Integrating Cooler into the official canon, therefore, wouldn't just be adding him to the list of characters, but rather revolutionizing the Dragon Ball universe. His presence would provide opportunities to develop more complex stories, deepen characters, and introduce concepts that resonate with universal themes found in our own lives. Imagining how Cooler would achieve this transformation is also fascinating. Perhaps he discovers ancient techniques, meditates for decades in astral planes, or faces trials that test not only his physical strength, but also his spirit. This arduous path would make his evolution even more significant, showing that true power requires sacrifice, effort, and personal growth. And as he walks this path, other characters also evolve. Goku, always in search of new challenges, would be excited by the prospect of facing such a powerful adversary. Vegeta, with his fierce determination, would use Cooler's rise as motivation to surpass his own limits. Even characters like Gohan, Piccolo, and others might be inspired to seek new horizons. In the end, the introduction of Cooler as a warrior who achieves diamond form would be a valuable addition to Dragon Ball. It would celebrate the infinite capacity for evolution, the importance of self-awareness, and the relentless pursuit of self-improvement. And who knows, through this narrative, we might also feel inspired to polish our own inner diamonds, seeking to shine brighter and brighter on our personal journeys. As we wait for possible expansions of the Dragon Ball universe, it's exciting to imagine the possibilities that characters like Cooler bring to the table. The mix of intense action, deep character development, and philosophical themes is what makes the series so captivating. And with the addition of elements like Cooler's diamond transformation, the future looks even brighter, promising unforgettable adventures and deep reflections. Just to clarify, for those who may not know who Cooler truly is, Cooler is Frieza's older brother and was introduced in the Dragon Ball Z films, specifically in Dragon Ball Z, The Invincible Power and Dragon Ball Z. The Return of Cooler, although he is not part of the main storyline of the manga or the original anime, his inclusion in the films expands the series' universe and introduces new challenges for Goku and his friends. Cooler appears after discovering that Frieza was defeated by a Saiyan from Earth, Goku. Feeling that his family's honor was stained, he decides to avenge his brother's defeat and restore the prestige of his lineage. Unlike Frieza, who underestimated the Saiyans, Cooler is more cautious and strategic. He travels to Earth accompanied by his elite squad, the Armored Soldiers, intending to eliminate Goku and anyone who opposes him. When confronting Goku, Cooler reveals that he has an additional transformation beyond Frieza's known forms. While Frieza had 4 forms, using them to suppress his massive power and adapt as needed, Cooler surprises by achieving a 5th form. This unique transformation significantly boosts his strength, speed, and combat abilities, surpassing the maximum level Frieza reached on Namek. Compared to Frieza during the Namek saga, Cooler in his 5th form is considerably more powerful. Frieza, in his final form and using 100% of his power, fought fiercely against Goku, who had just transformed into Super Saiyan. Despite his strength, Frieza couldn't defeat Goku and ended up being surpassed. On the other hand, Cooler, when facing Goku also transformed into Super Saiyan, proved to be an even more challenging adversary. The battle was fierce, and Goku had to push past his limits to defeat him, indicating that Cooler's 5th form surpasses Frieza's maximum power at that time. After his defeat on Earth, Cooler returns in the film Dragon Ball Z, the return of Cooler as Metacooler. He is revived and enhanced by the Big Geat Star, an extraterrestrial supercomputer capable of creating metallic and enhanced copies of living beings. As Metacooler, he invades the new Namek planet with the goal of absorbing the planet's energy and multiplying endlessly. Now, with regenerative abilities and capable of creating multiple copies of himself, he becomes an even greater threat. Goku and Vegeta, both in their Super Saiyan forms, join forces to face the countless clones of Metacooler, facing unprecedented challenges. Cooler's existence and his additional transformations raise the bar in terms of power and threats faced by the protagonists. His drive for self-improvement and relentless pursuit of power reflect the ambition characteristic of his family. While Frieza arrogantly relied on his abilities, Cooler demonstrated a more calculated approach and was willing to explore new ways to increase his power. It's interesting to note that although Cooler is not considered canonical in the main series, his popularity among fans is undeniable. He appears in several Dragon Ball franchise games, such as Dragon Ball Z, Budokai Tenkaichi, and Dragon Ball Xenoverse, where his abilities and transformations can be explored by players. His figure adds depth to the series' universe and offers different perspectives on Frieza's race. Well, that's it. Folks, the final considerations. Thank you all, and see you next time.